Hey everyone, and welcome to the spotlight of Retrosauria Assemblage, featuring the first of this series called Laelaps by EishKrooked's. So, as the title implies, these are going to be a series of retrosaurs, which for those who don't know, is those really old school illustrations of what people used to think dinosaurs looked like, the really slow, fat, lumbering ones. Although Eish has really given them that classic archified feel as well, and I gotta say, he's done a really good job on the first one being Laelaps. So, as a bit of a little history lesson here, because I found it quite fascinating myself, the name Laelaps was the old genus name for Dryptosaurus, and it was featured in this artwork done by Charles Knight, whereas this ARK Laelaps that Eish has made is based on this artwork also by Charles Knight. The design of Laelaps here was also inspired by gwangi, which is an Allo-Rex hybrid according to Ray Harryhausen, and as I imagine that was probably a lot of new words and might have been a bit confusing. I will talk a bit more about the appearance of Laelaps in a while, but first of all, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, okay, where is this creature? Where can you find it? How can you get it? So, let's just quickly check one thing actually. Laelaps itself, its saddles attainable level 73, compared to the Rex at 74. And the Laelaps saddle, oh, whoops, I'm typing very quickly today, there we go. The Laelaps saddle can be crafted in a fabricator, requiring metal ingots, fibre, hide, and cooked polymer. Now, as for the creature itself, it can spawn anywhere where Rexes can spawn, with a rare chance of spawning near Carnos as well, so that'd be on the island and on the centre. In Scorched Earth, they can spawn alongside Tyrannospawns, and in Aberration, there is indeed an Aberrant version, and they can spawn in the green and red biomes alongside Spinosaurs, and maybe also a rare chance of Carnos, but primarily Spinosaurs. So, here I am on the island. I am at Carno Island because, I mean, it's Carnivore Island, right? It just seems like the most obvious place to look for anything, doesn't it? Anything Rex related. So, let's have a look around. See if I can get lucky. I am playing in single player today, so spawns are going to be a bit different, but for the most part, Vecti spawns here. You know, I've actually not been to Carnivore Island in a really long time. It's going to be interesting seeing like what actually, oh god, spawns here with all the various mods installed. But the Laelaps last I saw is pretty large, so once it spawns, we are not going to miss it. Oh no, Majunga spawns here as well. Majunga's so peaceful. Why would you spawn in Carnivore Island? Nom! Wow, that Rex sure did just abandon a couple of corpses. Alright then. Oh no, they're asleep. Wait, what? Knocked out a couple of Carnos and left? That's unusual. I mean, I know scorpions can knock things out, but they don't normally survive long enough and the creatures normally get killed. That's interesting. Okay, well I've just finished my 5th lap of clearing out Carno Island, and I am mostly finding ceratosaurs than anything else. So I think I'm just going to move on and try find a Laelaps the good old-fashioned way, and that is via exploring the island. Wow, listen, it's a very picturesque location. This is right next to the chaotic corner of the Arctic, and I just want to point out, this area looks really, really pretty. Oh, I finally found one! Oh, and that's an interesting thing I wanted to find out. Do they coexist with regular Rexes or Evo Rexes? Yes, they do! Oh, finally! Okay, this has taken a bit of a while. Level 55. I'm not sure if it's, you know, big sort of spawns or single player moment. I think it's a single player moment. For a lot of my journey, there was just nothing anywhere. God, but yes, here we go then. We're gonna have very first Laelaps. Oh, look at you! I gotta say, I really like the size, the scaling. It does just look like a more bipedal Rex. Like, you know, we quickly compare them while it's distracted. Oh, look at that. How cool. I must say, Aish has done a very good job of making a very odd-looking animal fit into the game. You know, when I first heard the idea of a retrosaur, I got a little bit concerned, not gonna lie. But Aish and Clay have done a really fantastic job here. So, it's clearly very distracted on that Dodec. Anki. It's clearly very distracted on the Dodec, so I would like to just help kill it. Or get its attention, actually. I just want to see, like, would I have to worry about encountering this in the wild? Should I fear? But it is completely... Oh, there's another one. It is completely distracted on that Dodec, so I guess I'll just fight it. Hello, there you go. Well, it does do a fair amount of damage. Compared to the other things I've been fighting on the way here, it does do a fair bit of damage, not gonna lie. Does it drop? No, it does not drop. Oh, wait. Yeah, no cash. Did I get any... Oh, my inventory is full. Okay, well, I do see another one over here, so let's just go check out then. I would like to see if they drop T-Rex arms, if they drop their apex items. Oh, look at you, you have a cool run animation. So let's fight you then, and see if that does indeed. Oh, it had a bit of a aggression. Little trike aggression effect then for a second then. Okay, and otherwise, no, it does not drop Rex arms, but it does drop prime meat, which, you know, makes sense. Okay, so since it took me a bit of a while to find those two, since again, single player moment, I'm just gonna go ahead and spawn in the next one. So I believe it's actually got a different name. While it's called Laelaps in game, the code name is gwangi or gwangi. I might be saying that wrong. And let's try a level 100. There you go. Oh, that's a beautiful coloration. Oh, look at you. Yo, that's gorgeous. What the hell? Oh, I sounded really British then, didn't I? Okay, so. In regards to how you tame these guys, I'm actually very unprepared to tame this. Oh god, I need a ledge. In terms of how you tame these guys, they're basically just like Tyrannus. So they are a typical knockout tame of torpor. They're going to require extraordinary kibble at best, or otherwise, you know, meat, prime, mutton, etc. And the eggs that they produce are also extraordinary quality. So now they've got a bit of a distance away, let's go ahead then and begin. I didn't even think to make a trap. I guess not that I really need a trap per se. It's, you know, Rexes in general are normally quite slow, but it just makes things cleaner. It's fine. Let's just do a bit of good old YOLO knockouts. Not done a knockout in a while, have we? Oh, and I just missed that third job. Good job, me. Oh. Actually, I wonder, some creatures have become quite dumb. Can I just spin circles? I'm getting torpored. Ah! Oh, I don't like that. Why did you do torpor? Well then. I learned something new today, didn't I? Oh god. Okay, look, I don't think we want to watch me die, so I did just go ahead and quickly GCM because I was obviously dead, and let's just grab you quickly, give me insulation 5000, I'm sure a couple of you have been noticing these. Right, it is just a standard knockout tame, so literally anything. I mean, this works, I could just let my Rex tank it. I mean, that works perfectly fine. Oh god, so yeah, keep that in mind then, that either give it something to focus on, such as, you know, some bait, or trap it properly, or be on a cliff. I mean, you know, it's again standard knockout time. You all know how it goes. Just do it safe, do it properly. Don't YOLO it like I just did just then. Oh, but look at you though. Oh, dude, the coloration this one's beautiful. Absolutely insane. So I wonder, if I actually remove creative mode for a second then, get back to normal. So now it's fleeing, of course. Yeah, so it really had a vengeance on my Rex in particular. Which I guess makes sense because you're noticing that trike buff. So just like Triceratopses, where they have their anti-apex dino debuff, or buff, or whatever you want to call it, they get like really defensive around apex predators. So does this Laelaps. It is angry in the presence of other, you know, big carnivores. How much health do you have? Oh, you're fine. God, and look at that tongue. That is gross. Oh god, the colours though. Right, so like I said then, just like Tyrannus, so when you're looking at Dodo decks or whatever for your general rates and what you want to give it, it is just like Tyrannus. So in that case, I've already got a bunch of prime on me. Oh, nowhere near enough. Let's just feed that to you then. And I also imagine that the rate it eats is also the same as Tyrannus. Oh, that's interesting. It showed me the Bob's Tortails trait. Huh. I'm just using regular tech binoculars, nothing special, nothing modded. I know a lot of mods can now view the traits. Oh, can I like actually view it properly? No. Oh, okay. Well, today I learned. Bugger, I did miss to tame. Oh well, the point being is that it is now finished taming. And while I was AFK, I got attacked by direwolves and raptors, which did muck up the effectiveness, but thankfully we're not really here for effectiveness. I did give it some kibble and sushi to help, you know, retain it or restore it, but wasn't exactly enough. Well, like I said, we're not really here for, you know, perfect tames, but it's still a little bit annoying. In any case, I see that Evo Rex over there. Well, Anyway, let us take a moment then to appreciate these two, shall we? So let's take a look at these two then. Just give it a little animation. Oh wow, look at them. I really like what Aish has done with this. So, EishKrooked's made the entire model, all the details, the model, the animations, Aish has done everything, with the exception of the textures, the colours, which was Clay's doing. Clay made this default one and also the Aberrant one as well, and the Aberrant textures are really quite wild, and we'll be seeing that in a while as well. I really do like the overall sizing. I could have sworn it was bigger at some point. I might be confusing it with something else. But yeah, like overall, like I said earlier, it just looks like a bipedal Rex. It isn't oversized. I mean, it's got oversized features, but it makes sense because this is the style that he wanted. So, like I mentioned earlier, oh, thanks. Is that what are you doing there? It's a really interesting animation, actually. Oh, that is cool. I thought it was about to take a dump, but no, that was actually a pretty cool animation there. Okay, I think we should take idle break. So, as I was going to say, in terms of the design, like I mentioned, that freaking tongue, the design is inspired by old school Retro Rex illustrations done by Charles Knight. In terms of Laelaps' head, this is primarily inspired by tegus, combined with a bit of rock and Galapagos land iguanas. And it's also got his spurs on his feet as well, spurs being inspired by roosters and chickens and certain big birds. Gotta say, the spurs have been quite a popular thing lately, and it's cool to see it. God, it is. It's just a really cool design. Like I said earlier, I was a bit reluctant about the concept of a retrosaur just because it's not entirely my cup of tea. But Aish has done a really good job of making it fit an ARK, and I do like this. I do like the teeth poking out there at the back. It looks a little bit goofy, but oh, I saw that in a really good way. The nictating membranes, that was really subtle, but I saw that as well. Gotta say, okay, unpopular opinion incoming. Now, I do love the eyes that a lot of people have been doing for dinos lately, because if you didn't know this, you know, these slit pupils that you see here is more of it's a feature you see in ambush animals, you know, like cats, like crocodiles. They are ambush predators, so when you see the big round ones, it's because they're not ambush ones, and there's more to it, but that's kind of the basic gist of it. Not to mention it makes dinosaurs look more intelligent, and I think it looks fantastic on a lot of creatures, but there is that fantasy part of me that does miss the slit pupil, and therefore it's really cool to see it here because, like, I've always been a fantasy artist. I like the exaggerative fictional designs. I love the realism. I respect it, but this is nostalgic. I like this. It's really, really nice. Really good job. Oh, there's one more thing I very almost missed out on. So throughout the entirety of the previous clip, you might have noticed that Laelaps' teeth were very exposed. It was looking very angry. And I almost just didn't really twig that that was because of its rivalry buff. So it was actively angry and snarling its teeth. Whereas here is what it would normally look like, you know, much calmer, much nicer. That's a really nice detail. Not just the visual rivalry effect, but it's actually got an expression as well. Okay then, so Laelaps, let's actually take you out for a spin then, shall we? He is speedy. I love the colours. God, I got such a good looking one. Okay, so this is the walk animation. This is the run animation. That stupid tongue keeps on occurring, and I hate it and I love it. Oh, okay, let's find out what you're like in combat then. So it's actually got a very slow attack speed. But I guess it kind of makes sense then, because it is based on the movie version, isn't it? And I suppose, or not just a movie version, but like, you know, old school Retro Rexes in general were just kind of lumbering, although it's fast in terms of movement, but slow in terms of attacks. Interesting. Right click. Hey, right click is a big classic stomp, which seems to... Hold on, just right, left. Okay, it's random between legs. You can toggle turn and place movement with left control. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that really interesting eat animation. Oh, speaking of eat animations, they're fixed. Yes, sorry. Really, really random. A lot of you have been commenting about this. Eating animations have been bugged for all creatures, not just mods, but vanilla as well. Everything was bugged, and Wildcard fixed it just recently. So, never thought I'd get excited over an eating animation, but there you go then. You know what? That's actually a... It's actually a pretty good animation, not gonna lie. Again, never thought I'd be so excited over eating. Oh, regardless. Left control, when you hold it, enables or allows turn on place animation. He looks so proper, such a little gentleman when he turns around. I love him. So, it also has a roar. Oh my god, that is such a classic sound. And oh, the tongue. Why do the tongue be that way? I hate it, but I also kind of love it. It's just, it's freaky and it's interesting. So, what's cool about this roar actually is that, as you can see, this roar actually detects creatures. So it detects enemy, tamed, and wild dinos, enemy players, or hidden explorer notes as well. So a little bit like direwolf tracking, but slightly just changed and different. Is that a baby Yeti? Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, it actually is. Okay, that's interesting. Well, in any case, very interested to see that the Carnos are not interested in attacking me. I'm assuming it's a Yeti that is currently triggering Laelaps' aggression buff right now, which, as you can see, rivalry, that's the name of it, rivalry buff. To look a little bit more into the attacks for a second, so the left click attack is more against tall or aerial predators, but a right click is what's really good against ground predators, so it's got a high knockback, as you can see. Dude, that is very effective, but I can still attack with my left click, but actually, does it do slightly more damage? It does slightly more damage, but the right click seems... Oh wait, no. No, it is the same. I think may just be like differing buffs occurring there. Either way, it seems to be about the same damage, but for different purposes, different uses. So once you break the tracking roar and you can see entities like this, Laelaps passively can also smell the health of creatures under half health. So the colour indicates state, being yellow, slightly injured, orange, moderately wounded, red, very wounded, and white, deceased, as you can see right there. So just like direwolf tracking. Plus, as we noticed with the rivalry buff, that occurs when the Laelaps is near any carnivore with a drag rate of 390 or above, so approximately Utyrannus or higher. Unlike the trike, however, this will trigger even on allied creatures as well. So even with my friendly Rexy here, you can see I actually have rivalry as well, so that is actually very interesting. It boosts its health by 10%, damage output by 15%, and takes 3% less damage while active. So even though it's got this rivalry against your own creatures, it'd actually be quite beneficial to maximize your Laelaps damage by having something like a Yeti, what the perfect pair. So your Utyrannus is already buffing your Laelaps, and just being in proximity to it will cause the Laelaps to buff even more. Sorry, I keep tripping on my words. I'm not doing a very good job today, am I? Now, there is two more things about this creature, two more very fun things. First of all, is that this big, tall gentleman, he can jump. Are you ready for this? He's ready, he's going. Whee! So, yes, this is, again... Oh, there's a couple more of them. Wait, hold on. This is, of course, based on, again, like old school retrosaurs. What is going on over there? Yeah, there's another Laelaps. Oh, it's a vintage... Oh, wait, it's two of them. Oh, wait, no, that's an alpha... Wait, what am I looking at? It's a vintage Laelaps fighting an Alpha Evo Rex. Okay, I was not ready for that combination because they're both black and white. So I was just really confused as to what I was witnessing, if I was... whatever. So, okay, well that's the other cool thing. I didn't even have to spawn one in, it just spawned naturally. There's a rare chance for a vintage Laelaps to spawn. And can I just say, what an absolute chonker that Alpha Evo Rex is, my goodness. Wow, that Alpha Rex really does have, like, big, bulky, adult Rex vibes. That's amazing. Anyway, right, so, the vintage Laelaps, these have a rare chance to spawn, and when you kill them, you'll get a special cosmetic. Now, one thing I'm wondering, is it like an alpha? 21,000 HP? That is definitely an alpha. Oh, right, cool. Do you have the glow? The Dorito dust? Oh, yeah, you sure do. Just takes a while to render. Ah, how lucky is that? We get... Oh, you know what? I do not want this guy to wander too close to the Alpha Rex because they will buff each other. Oh, you know what? So the fact that these guys get rivalry from large predators means that wouldn't it get rivalry from me on my Laelaps? I don't think it is actually, thank goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh, bugger off. It's the Battle of the Rexes. Oh, and I'm actually getting kind of owned, and it is getting rivalry. Oh god. So ideally, you'd want to try and kill an alpha Laelaps with something that isn't another carnivore, because I'm just helping it deal more damage to me. Oh, I'm not going to survive this. Infinite stats. Again, we're here to see things. It's not a let's play, it's a spotlight. So, you know, gonna allow a little bit of cheating just for the sake of witnessing how things happen. But as you can see, that is quite a strong, but it's only level 5. Oh my god. Only level 5, and it spanked me that hard. But hey, at least we're both getting rivalry. You know what? I just want to get like a good look at these two. You know, as they're kind of attacking. Ah, see? Vintage black and white Laelaps. Seems to be lacking all the markings as well. That, or just a really elegant, you know, mix of white. How cool is that? I'm really happy we got to find one naturally. That's really cool. I gotta say, spamming the stomps is quite something. This is quite the battle. Obviously not the most realistic battle, but it's quite mesmerizing, not gonna lie. Okay, and that is one dead vintage Laelaps. Okay, that took a bit of killing. Oh, and there comes the Alpha Rex really nearby. So, okay, so even though the regular Laelaps does not drop the Rex arms, the Alpha did still drop the Rex Alpha trophy and the Alpha teeth. That's good to know, but I did not get the special item. Hold on. Right, so I imagine it's a chance to drop. I'm not sure. I will ask Aish about that, but in any case, it's supposed to drop a costume. Maybe it's only a chance to. I'm not entirely sure. But if we grab that then. So yeah, here we go. Oh, here it is. That is a very intimidating icon. You will not miss that at all. So this costume can be used to make your Laelaps and screen look more vintage. So it is not just to change a creature, but to give you an entire vintage look. Oh, wow. Okay, so I did actually get to watch Aish experiment with this in the dev kit. I got to watch a little bit of the production. And it's really cool seeing the finished version now, because he was mucking about a bit with the, you know, that noise effect that you see. The old vintage art style. It's really cool to see the finalized version. I don't think it had that blur before, but I like how subtle the blur is. It's not too much, but it's just enough to make it look nice and crunchy. The good kind of crunchy in this context. How cool is that? What a cool idea! And you know what I'm not using nearly enough of? That amazing jump, which is unironically actually pretty good for traveling with. Did I get any full damage? No, actually, no full damage. Or maybe just severely light, I'm not sure. But as you can see, Laelaps is unironically pretty good to travel with. But look at him go. He is, however, an extremely slow swimmer, which I suppose really does make sense. Look at him paddle with his little arms. Oh, there you go, I just got into land there. Hey. And yep, like I mentioned earlier, by the way, the whole passive direwolf tracking. So I'm happy to see that on more creatures. As much as the direwolf kind of needs its niche, I have always thought that its tracking capabilities should be more prevalent, and I'm really glad to see it. Oh my god, I love that little roar as well. God, what a classic creature. So cool. And one final thing, here is the Aberrant Laelaps. Oh, and again, I got a really nice coloration. I'm getting some really good colours today, aren't I? Oh, look at him. I love all the blues. I love all the markings. So, it's got these really cool stripy legs as well. Like I said earlier, the textures were done by Clay, but then everything else about this creature was all done by EishKrooked's himself. Oh, look at you. You can really see like the glowing parts outside of camera modes. So a little bit around the face, around the tail, the shoulders, back and legs, all quite subtle actually. I've mentioned a couple of times now, and I've actually seen a couple of people agree that not really a big fan of some aberrant creatures where their markings are just really in your face. And I remember again watching Aish experiment with the emissives on this one, the emissives to glowies, and I think it struck a really, really nice balance. I think this looks absolutely wonderful. Or you can really, oh, bugger off. You can really see it there, hold on. Oh, there you go, you can really see it there. Yeah, oh, that's nice. Quite subtle. If anything, I now think just a little bit more. But then again, when you see it in the light like this, that's a perfect, yeah, light and dark reference or comparison. God, that's so cool. Isn't that just so cool? And as a reminder, the Aberrant Laelaps can spawn in the green and red biomes, predominantly wherever you may find a Spinosaurus. And otherwise, I think we shall wrap it up here then. So as a reminder, this is the first addition to the brand new Retrosauria Assemblage by EishKrooked's. He does have a couple more creatures planned, with Laelaps of course being the big main focus. Which I have to say, I would never expect this guy to be decent traveling in Aberration. I mean, obviously it's a little bit unwieldy, but it's also a great big Rex, you know? So why wouldn't you want to have a Rex in Aberration? I know a lot of people do. Now you can have a big jumpy Rex. That really fits Aberration quite nicely. Yes, alright then. I'll leave the link to the mods and of course the link to Aisha's server in the description down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Oh, he gets rivalry from Karkanos. That's cool, that's good to know. Yes, I really hope you guys will enjoy this one. Bit of an unusual mod, but one that really is very well made, I have to say. Well made and well designed for ARK's environment. Right then, thank you for watching and I hope you will have a wonderful day. Cheers.